Breaking news, Prince Harry has lost at court yet again, this time against the UK government. He was fighting to get fully taxpayer-funded security when he and Megxie and the children visited the UK. And guess what? The judges just denied him. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much got me eye, and oh my goodness. Yes, this is a little bit of an earlier Daily Nerd, but do you know what? This is breaking news. I couldn't sit on it for too much longer, so here we go. Yes, it is official. Hazza has lost his legal challenge against the UK government, the Home Office, over security arrangements. Now, just in a little bit of a nutshell, whenever he visits the UK, if he wants security, he has to apply to the government 28 days beforehand for them to review his application, for them to either provide him with the security that he wants or not. What Hazza wanted was to get rid of that process altogether, and that no matter when he or Megxie and the children came to the UK, they would automatically get taxpayer-funded UK security. And guess what? That's not happening. The judge has denied him thoroughly. Now, we know that Hazza took legal action against the UK government over the February 2020 decision of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, otherwise known as RAVIC, for their decision for this whole process for him to apply 28 days prior for him to come into the UK for the security that he wants. Now, in court, Hazza's lawyers had claimed he was singled out and treated less favourably in this February 2020 decision, which falls under the Home Office's remit. This decision was not out of bounds. At the hearing in London in December, the government insisted that Hazza's claim should be dismissed, arguing that RAVIC was entitled to conclude that the Duke's protection should be bespoke and considered on a case-by-case basis. 2 months on, retired High Court Judge Sir Peter Lane, and an absolute legend and hero as far as I'm concerned, has now issued his ruling over the case this morning, saying that the application for judicial review is refused. It is done. The court also found the decision was not marred by procedural unfairness, and there was no unlawfulness by RAVIC in its arrangements for his visits to Britain, saying that the judgment summary in Harry's case has not been any unlawfulness in reaching the decision, adding that it was not irrational. The 52-page ruling was partially redacted. So Peter said Hazza's lawyers had taken an inappropriate formalist interpretation of the RAVIC process, adding the bespoke process devised for the claimant in the decision of the 28th of February 2020 was and is legally sound. He also noted it was highly relevant that on the 11th of January 2020, Sir Edward Young, the then Queen Elizabeth II's private secretary, gave Hazza a draft options paper outlining that the level of protection is a decision for the Home Secretary delegated to the chair of RAVIC. The paper also set out how the process worked, and Hazza's own private secretary, Fiona McIlwain, then met with Cabinet Secretary Sir Mark Sedwill, saying in an email that she faithfully relayed the details you provided on security to the Duke, according to the court papers. So the judge is turning around and saying, before you left, you even pre-warned this was going to be the security arrangement. That was it. Right? He was also pre-warned about this. The judge then adds, in particular, there was no reason to assume that the claimant's private secretary was unaware of the security issues arising as a result of the claimants. And then there's a bit of redacted text. The judge also said that, on the contrary, the evidence shows that she was entirely conversant with them. Following a meeting on January the 27th, 2020 with Sir Edward, RAVIC Chair Sir Richard Mottram and Prince William's private secretary Simon Case. Sir Peter then adds, if there had been the need for any questions to be asked about RAVIC, Miss McIlwain can be expected to have asked them. I do not accept that the fact she may have been private secretary for some 6 months has any bearing. Her communications are indicative of someone with a good good grasp of her job. Snaps to the judge. The judge is having none of Hazza's arguments here. The judge said he accepted comments from Sir Richard, who said that even if he had received a document setting out all of Hazza's legal arguments in February 2020, I would have reached the same decision for materially the same reasons. And so, yeah, the judge then said there is no merit in this contention. It arose from the need to be able to address something of the kind belatedly given by the claimant to Ravik in relation to the June/July 2021 visit. Given Ravik's expertise, the decision to require 28 days notice would need to be shown by reference to evidence to have been plucked out of the air or imposed for some extraneous reason before this head of challenge could be made out. The claimant has pointed to nothing of the kind. So the judge is even turning around and saying, look, Hazza's team should have been able to win their case, provide proof that Ravik's decision for Hazza to have to apply for UK security 28 days before coming here, for Ravik then to either approve it or not, that decision, Hazza would have had to provide evidence that the rule was plucked out of thin air, as in, it's never been made before, or it's with outside of the remit of Ravik, right? Or completely made up, or imposed for some completely unacceptable, outrageous reason. But guess what? Judge turns around and says, you provided no evidence for either of those things. So, booyah! Love it! So, yeah, Sir Peter said his ruling contained redactions, because if such information was made public, it would have a serious adverse impact on the individuals concerned, as well as being contrary to the public interest, including that of national security. So I can appreciate that some of this ruling is redacted for that particular reason. Now, this is the full statement from the Home Office. They're doing a lap of victory right now, the UK government, on this one, saying following this morning's ruling, the Home Office said they were pleased that the court ruled against Prince Harry. A spokesperson said, we are pleased that the court has found in favour of the government's position in this case, and we are carefully considering our next steps. It would be inappropriate to comment further. The UK government's protective security system is rigorous and proportionate. That is basically what the judge has just said. It is our long-standing policy not to provide detailed information on those arrangements, as doing so could compromise their integrity and affect individuals' security. Oh my goodness, the Home Office is doing a lap there of victory, and you know what? Us taxpayers should be doing that as well, because if Hazza won this case, then us UK taxpayers would be funding for his security, Meg's security, and the children's security every single time they visited the UK, no matter what. Oh, I am so glad, so freaking glad that my taxpayer money is not going to go towards that particular scenario. Yes, so do you know what? I'm with the Home Office as well, the UK government. I'm with them in that lap of victory. Yes. The judge ruled right on this case. Breaking news, Hazza has been denied and loses yet another court case. This time, he wanted essentially full 100% security in the UK, funded by the taxpayer and the government, no matter when Megsy, he and the kids came over here. Judge is like, jog on, mate, not happening. Yes! With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe. I'll be honest with you, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there, and hopefully cause a Christopher Boozy meltdown on Twitter. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about Hazza losing his latest court case, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.